Okay, guys, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So, uh, uh, let me know when my screen is visible to you. Yes, guys, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So today we're gonna spin up a small WordPress application. There will try to make some containers and we'll assign some images to it. So let's begin with spinning up our container here. So let's wait for this Terraform to be installed. Okay. So have you configured your machine with this Visual Studio Code? Were you facing any issues while connecting this? Guys, your voice is not.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah. So I was just asking that have you faced any issues while accessing your machine remotely with the help of that extension?
No, not yet, sir.
Okay. So let me give you a brief overview about this simple YAML syntax. So we have already came across with how we can write our Docker Compose YAML syntax. So we have developed this simple scripts we can for developing, or you can say for deploying our WordPress application. So as you can see, after the services, we usually define our containers informations. So let me uh, give it some zoom out here. So is it clear to you guys, or do you want me to zoom in so that?
It's clear, sir.
Okay, great. So let's, as I said earlier as well, that in the versions we usually define our which type of additional features you want. So there we have three types of versions available. So every version has its own feature available. So in the latest version, it is accomplished with all the older features as well. So there are some features which is deprecated. So for that case, you need to use only that specific version. So then and then only you will get to use those features. So as of now, we are going to deploy a simple YAML file. So in that, we won't be able to make some. Will not be using any big additional features here. So moving further, as I said, the services under the services we basically define our containers informations. Like in our case, you can see the services, there are two child nodes are created. You can see this lines represent you that this below one are your child hierarchy. So in this, WordPress is one of your child hierarchy, and the MySQL is one of your child hierarchy. So in our example, we are considering two containers. So we will gonna deploy two containers with the help of this hierarchy. So after that, we have seen that we have defined some configuration to our containers, like which image to be attached with that container, and which port we need to open for accessing all those for accessing into our browser of our host machines. And later on, we have defined the environmental values, like which users should be get access to the WordPress host, and what should be the host name and the database users, and those all things are predefined here. So now we are using the volume here. So that has been used by the you can say WordPress containers. And overall, we are attaching the common volumes here with the name of MySQL database, MySQL data. So this is commonly shared between both the containers. So now for MySQL, we are taking MariaDB. So MariaDB is also the similar to MySQL itself. It is one of the, you can say, same to as MySQL itself. So thereafter, we have provided some password to that MySQL root account, and we have tried to create one database to it with the name of WordPress, so that this database should be get interlinked with the WordPress containers. So with this, we're gonna deploy our these two containers. So guys, you will let me know how we can deploy this Docker Compose file. So let me know what are the commands, how I can deploy these containers. Yes, guys. Guys, am I audible?
Yes, sir. You're
Hello.
audible.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, am I audible, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me. Can you guys help me a lot while spinning this YAML file? So as of now, we have this file with the name of compost-2.yaml. So is it possible to use this YAML file, or we need to make some changes in it? Yes. So as we have already came across with the earlier session as well, so in that we have went through that whenever we deploy our Docker Compose YAML file, so it should be in the same syntax which is been by default set by the Docker Compose tool, which is we need to provide the name of that file with docker-compose.yaml. So the file name and extension should be in this way. So then and then only it will try to execute that YAML file. So let's make a copy of this and we'll so I'm placing it here at okay. I'm replacing the file name of that from compose to docker compose.yml. Now if we ls the docker compose, so it should be available here. Yeah, there you can see I have kept all the files of this. I've printed all this in my terminal. So let's now run this. So for executing our compose file, we usually use docker compose up command. So up command will help us to initialize all the containers, and it will start all the containers with the same. So guys, are you there with me?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's
Yes, sir.
execute it. Yeah. There you can see it is trying to use the default. It has created a default network, and the volume has been
pulled with that name, which is admin underscore MySQL DB. So this volume will be shared between both the containers. So it is trying to download that MariaDB image from the repository because it is not finding it into my local machine. So this image is to be required to be downloaded for the once, and it can be used for multiple times. It's very slow, man. No, Smita, your voice is not audible. It's taking too much time. So let's use our default MySQL image, which we have already stored into our local machine. So let's verify it. Do we have that image? Yes. We'll go for the latest one. So let's run the same command again. Docker compose hyphen up will be will show us all these sets as well. So now we have already installed. We have already have our both the images for WordPress and the MySQL. So that's why it has directly pulled that image. Yep. So now it is receiving the request as well. So let's hit into the browser. Can you see my browser, guys? Hello.
No,
Yeah,
sir.
is
We
my
can't see
browser
it.
visible to you guys?
No.
So I'm trying to hit the local host with the IP for 8080. So this is the one which I've already provided into our YAML file. So yeah, there we go. Our local host is now started. So we need to similarly the thing which you've done in the previous session for Drupal. In similar way, we need to provide some title for this web page like Xenstack project. We'll give it as master by. Need to give all these prerequisite things, and now we need to install this WordPress. So we have already deployed both the containers and both are working fine. Now we just need to make sure to deploy our web page, how our website should look. So these are the later part which are handled by the developer teams. So guys, can you see this dashboard?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
sir.
So you can see you want to start up with your writing your own blog in the form of web page. You can do that as well. So if you want to customize those websites, so you can get started with this customize your website, or you want to write some first blog on your page, so you can start with this. So let's start with simple customization if you want to deep down into your web application deployment. So later on, you can play around with these WordPress applications, how these applications are used. So this is basically this is our simple template which is visible here. So let me. Okay, there you can see there are multiple themes are available, colors are available. Like if you want to change our colors, so we can do that easily with the help of choosing this. So let's make it publish and we'll check how this website looks. So in our case, they have provided us a simple template for it. So we have just started playing around with it. We can change this about sites and addresses and all. And you can simply deploy your simple web page with the help of this WordPress. So later on, if you want to you can say if you want to purchase a domain so that your web page should be available for the globe. So in this way, your simple web page will be deployed into any of these hosting as per your requirements. So in this way, we have tried to deploy this YAML file configuration of the Docker. So in this way, you can see they are running on the containers which utilize a very less amount of resources. So based on their requirements, you can see it is locally hosting this web page into my local host machine, or into my Docker daemon or a Docker server machine. So in such a way, you can deploy your containers into for every application. Node.js application, that too we can do it. So these are you can say these are some images are available in the Docker, which helps us to directly get started with the development part. So that's the case. This is how Docker provide us a benefit of using these Docker tools in the form of DevOps. So I would say we can wind up our session for today, because I guess there is that network issue at my end, so I can't download more images of it. So I was just trying to make some more projects of it with the help of some NoSQL database. So as of now, I can see my network is very low. So no worries. I will make you some simple task, and you can play around with those, and you can continue with your assignment for the weekends. Yes, as Smita has asked, that we have used because both are the same. MariaDB and MySQL both are the same. They both they both are packages. So MariaDB is, you can say, they are merged with each other, and you can see MariaDB is a community developed, commercial supported, and it is a fork of MySQL database. So this is you can say build up upon the MySQL itself. So as of now, we have not provided any networks because we don't require to make any networks here. So the networks part will be come into when you actually deploy this Docker container into any of your clouds, and you wanna restrict your Docker server to be from the global access. So at that time, networks specification and network configuration are required. So as of yeah. Okay, then any more queries, guys?
No,
No,
sir.
we're good.
Okay, so no worries. I will share you this simple YAML scripts as well, so that you can also run it into your machine, and you can make some new changes on it. Okay, and please, guys, start installing your Visual Studio Code, and start adding those extensions as well. So because whenever you write your YAML scripts into your VI, so this won't give you any beautiful representation, because we all know that it is very much syntactical error. It provides it has some extra spaces error are also provided here. So you should be aware of having those syntax. With those, you can easily start writing your script instead without any hassle. So you can say, let's say I want to add up some more container below the services. So I just need to press enter, and thereafter it would take me to a next line here. Okay. So let's say we want to take up some new container here. So it should fall under this child parent of this. So this is how it will provide you some syntax and hierarchy, so that you can easily understand those containers falling to under which categories. Like it should fall, every container should fall under the services thereafter the container specifications are provided, like which image is to be attached and which environmental value should be given to it, and which port is need to be export to it. So these all things have been provided here. So in this way, you can see this is providing the hierarchy of those services. Like the first container is provided under the services, and the later on you can see those are falling under to different categories. Yeah, both the extension. First is for YAML and second is for remote SSH. As Smith has asked that are the environmental values same for all the database? So it's not correct. So every database has its own environmental values. So you might have you may check with the previous Drupal deployment. So in that we have used the Postgres database. So they have some different environmental values extensions. So we need to follow as per their specification. Okay, so the main thing is for a database section, you can say for MySQL, these values, or you can say these variables are fixed. But if you want to change the root password, you can change this to any of your password. Like I want to change it to Bipin, and I want to make some new database name with some database name like ZenDB. So these thing I can change it, but the you can say the variable defining variable, it should be the fixed one. This should not be changed for any of your databases. And this variable you can change it to any characters, or you can say any different names here. So if you want to make some set up some new password like Zen password, you can change it here. But you can't. You need to fix this variable, because this is the original variable which understood by the MySQL database, that the user is trying to give the password with the root. Root password is given as the database is assigned to it is ZenDB. So these are the fixed, but the defining variable should be the same for every MySQL databases. And you can also find those environmental values into your repository as well, in the Docker Hub as well. There also this shows us how we can set up some environmental values. So the syntax, you can easily find it on the whenever you hit up to Google. They can fetch you out with the environmental values of the MySQL database or any of the other database. Yeah. Any more queries, guys?
No, sir.
Yeah. Any more queries, guys? Okay, great then. Great day. Bye bye. Enjoy learning. Great day. Yeah.
You too. Bye.
Yeah.